The brain can be a funny thing. That's a nice way to say it's not so consistent in terms of rationale, logic, speed, everything that leads to you making a decision. How, when, why. I mean, for me, I just spent several hours trying to get an app that was discontinued 3 years ago. Instead of appreciating the apps I have or what I could get, I think because I couldn't get it, because it wasn't possible, I just wanted it more. And it's just a symptom or an example of living in the past or valuing and prioritizing things not so well. A lot of things can depend on how your brain works. Maybe you're hungry, you're tired, horny, drunk, scared, happy. So many conditions. So many conditions, factors that we don't necessarily consider when thinking. Like metacognition. We want to think that we're consistent, but we're not. Even memories, they're rewritten. They're not set in stone and retrieved. We're constantly rewritten. Thinking back to stuff with studies or anecdotes, I don't know. The thing is, we're so good at rationalizing that we think we're right all the time. It is dark. Like when you're depressed, it can be pretty negative, but you'll tell yourself, I'm being realistic. But also the other way around. When you're happy, maybe everything's going well, or you're in love, the world looks like a better place, even though nothing has changed in the world. That's your own view. And that's the same way nostalgia works. You get the rose-tinted glasses because you are doing well. Maybe a family member didn't die. Maybe you were happy. Maybe you were healthy. The games, music, whatever was around that time looks better because you were doing well. And so often we try to recapture that happiness, that glory, and we fail because we are different. I mean, sometimes the object or event or whatever is also different or no longer accessible, and then it's essentially searching for the holy grail. But oftentimes it's us that we change, that we don't process or realize, and we're in strife, we're in agony, we're in futility, just trying to recreate that, recapture that first time or happy days. Like it's silly, but for me, honestly, I think it's video games. If you haven't been so involved, it might be hard to believe, but at some point in my life, video games were the source of my happiness, my friends, my confidence, structure. And I think the reason I'm so desperately and pathetically searching for that perfect game is to recreate that. Go back to something that I was good at, that I enjoyed, that had numbers, nice and shiny things. Easy dopamine. Oh, you're ranked 1. Good job, you got this thing, new achievement, this award. And in life, you don't really have those same triggers. There's not always a right or wrong answer. People don't tell you anything, or they do, and it's not accurate, or it's not in your best interest, or it's inconsistent. And honestly, looking inwards, I think I was trying to find the perfect video game that I can go all in to literally have my life revolve around it, to plan around it, to schedule around it, to do everything around that single game. Which is crazy. But the thing is, it worked in the past. I've done it. And I think subconsciously that's what I was hoping for. Video games are best enjoyed as a hobby. Something on the side. Entertainment. Once it starts taking over your life, that's when it becomes a problem. And here I was, trying to basically create a problem. Without exaggeration, I was trying to find that perfect game that I could literally revolve my life around. So this would determine my job, like all the other schedules. Everything came second. And I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't studying. I wasn't doing anything because I was just waiting, looking for that game. That would be the solution to everything. It's like, while I do this event in the game, I can do this useful, meaningful task in life. After I do this, I'll do this. It just, everything had to be around that game. That's what I was looking for. It's just funny how the brain works. It's not consistent. Smart people can do incredibly stupid things, and normally stupid people can do brilliant things. And it depends on the field. Like, you could be a doctor or a computer whiz and be absolutely moronic in a field that's not in your expertise. Could be sports, could be economics. But because we established we're smart in one field, we kind of like to extend that to our whole identity, our character, our person, or our abilities, that we are just this intelligent person. And that when we encounter someone who's on average less intelligent, we look down on them and we think we're right. That's something I need to look out for and be humble in. Of course, I've been humbled, learned the hard way. I've been down. But I don't know, food for thought. It's not so straight cut. There's no one source of truth. You're really never going to escape the self-bias you have. It could be positive, it could be negative. You're usually not so good at evaluating yourself as you are with others. And that's where comparisons are gonna get in trouble. If you're comparing two things and you don't have an accurate assessment of one, how are you gonna make a good comparison? You just want things black and white. That's just how the brain works. And it works so far evolutionary, it got us to this point. But it's not always healthy in today's political climate, or just any discourse. Could be in person, could be online. We just want to dismiss a whole group of people as, you're stupid, you're racist, or you people are all like this. It's very tempting, and I think both sides do it, because it just how we want to think of things. You don't want complexity. You don't really like exceptions so much. It's easy when we say they're the bad guys. Another thing is criticizing someone or making fun of them, whatever. Just being negative towards something bad, quote unquote, doesn't make you good. I don't like that. I don't know. There's things you can do. If you're always seeing constant negativity in certain forums, certain site, just stop going there. No one's forcing you there. Gotta keep that in mind. And